Compassion in Dying is a charity, and we help people prepare for the end of life. We help them talk about it, plan for it, and record their wishes. I'm delighted to be here today to talk to you about what we have learnt from the thousands of older, vulnerable people we support each year. No, sorry. There we are. So we know that 82% of us have strong views about how we would want to be treated at the end of our lives. And yet only 4% have planned ahead in a legally binding way. The Mental Capacity Act offers advanced decisions which allow people to document any treatment they wouldn't want to receive towards the end of their life, and a lasting power of attorney which allows you to appoint a trusted person to make decisions on your behalf. There are several key consumer problems with this. The first is the perceived cost. We've just heard how solicitors charge up to £1,250 regularly to support somebody through the process of appointing a lasting power of attorney. Registration actually costs less than £100, and there's free support available, which is high quality. There's plenty of misinformation out there. So most people believe that their family can make decisions on their behalf if they're ever in the situation where they're unable to make their own decisions. This isn't true. If there isn't an advanced decision or lasting power of attorney in place, decision-making falls to doctors who, with all the best will in the world, are unlikely to know the person in front of them and therefore unlikely to be able to choose what that person themselves would have chosen if they were able to. And ultimately, there's a lack of awareness that people are able to plan ahead by themselves. They think that they should involve either a solicitor or a clinician, whereas actually there's a wealth of opportunity out there for people to be able to do this by themselves. So why does all this matter? Well, research shows that when people do document their wishes while they're able to do so, they have earlier access to the care that they need to control their pain and make sure that they're comfortable towards the end of their life. People are much more likely to receive care which is more closely aligned with their values and preferences. And this becomes even more important when we're talking about potentially marginalised communities. So people from BME backgrounds, from LGBT communities, or from particular faith communities. And planning ahead improves relationships and decreases conflict, both within the person's family and also between family and healthcare teams. And this in turn simplifies the bereavement process, making it much more likely to be positive for the people that are left behind. This is Alfred and Jean. So Jean was a nurse, and her daughter Sharon describes her as someone not afraid to look life straight in the eye. She took her chances when they presented themselves. As she got older, Jean was diagnosed with several long-term conditions, including COPD and eventually leukemia. Jean decided to make an advanced decision to refuse life-sustaining treatment. And when it became clear to her family and her clinical team that Jean was in her last few days of life, they were able to keep her at home, make her comfortable, control her pain, and she was ultimately able to die in the presence of the people that loved her, who were safe in the knowledge that that's what she wanted. She didn't want to be rushed into hospital for a last chance at life-saving treatment. So the benefits of planning ahead are clear. The numbers of people who could have their end-of-life experience transformed is significantly increasing. End-of-life could and should be an area of healthcare which is truly person-centred. Planning ahead can be a simple process when people are guided through conversations or have access to high-quality information. So, how can we reach the 82% of people who want to plan ahead? Can technology support people to learn what they can do to plan ahead at the pace that's right for them? And are there high or low-tech solutions to ensure that people don't get overcharged or misled? We want to ensure that more people have an experience like Jean, who remained in control of her life and her health decisions right until the end, and ultimately died in the place she wanted, surrounded by the people she loved. Is this a challenge the solutions community can rise to?